Peer pressure can be positive or negative. For instance, it's positive if peers encourage you to accept leadership positions or study, but it can also be a serious problem when it leads to harmful or risky behaviors like cheating, malpractice, substance abuse. Good day and welcome to Students Speak, where we x-ray issues and topics that affect us as students. I am Esan Praise, a student from the New Vine Academy. Today we're tackling a topic that resonates with issues everywhere: handling peer pressure. Peer pressure can influence decisions, behaviors, and even our sense of self. To unpack this, I'm joined with two discussants here today who will be sharing their experiences and perspective on managing peer pressure effectively. Thank you for being here, Hannah Enoche.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to contribute to this important conversation.
And also thank you for being here with us, Vanessa Nwoku.
Thanks a lot. I'm so glad to be a part of this discussion. Peer pressure is something everyone goes through at some point, so I hope our insights help others.
Let's define peer pressure and how it affects us as students. Hannah Enoche, let's hear from you.
Firstly, peer pressure is the influence that peers, friends, classmates, or even social groups have on an individual. It's significant because it can shape decisions, often pushing students to act in ways they wouldn't on their own, whether that's trying to fit in or avoiding being judged.
That's a great explanation, Hannah Enoche. Let's hear what you have to say, Vanessa.
I completely agree with her. Peer pressure can be positive or negative. For instance, it's positive if peers encourage you to accept leadership positions or study, but it can also be a serious problem when it leads to harmful or risky behaviors like cheating, malpractice, substance abuse.
Absolutely beautiful. Now let's talk about how students can recognize peer pressure, Vanessa Nwoku, and how you would know when a student is experiencing.
Okay, one clear sign of peer pressure is feeling uncomfortable or hesitant about a decision, but you still go along with it because you want to avoid judgment, conflicts from your peers or your friends. Students may also feel the need to change their behavior, their dressing styles just to fit in with their groups.
That's an insightful thought. Hannah Enoche, do you have anything to say?
I agree with her. Yes. Another sign is when a student feels guilty or regrets their action after doing something just because their peers encouraged it. It's also worth noting that peer pressure doesn't always come directly. It can be subtle, like observing others and feeling the need to follow their examples, like wanting to dress in a particular way or own something because you saw a fellow student dressed or having such thing, maybe a phone, clothes, or shoe.
Great point. So how can students handle peer pressure effectively, Hannah Enoche? What do you recommend?
First, students should build their self-confidence and know their values. When you're clear about your principles, it's easier to say no. You need to know what will lead you to the future you desire and measure every advice on that. Secondly, surround yourself with friends who respect your decisions and share similar values. Lastly, practice assertiveness. Learn to decline politely but firmly. You must not say yes at all times. Be firm and say no politely.
Those are practical strategies. Vanessa Nwoku, do you have any other thing to say?
I would like to add that students should identify potential peer pressure situations and prepare on how to respond. For instance, imagine you are invited to something you're not comfortable with, and you have a ready excuse. So whenever that happens, you just supply your excuse and stay safe. Also, seeking advice from trusted adults like your teachers and your parents can go a long way in providing perspective and support. I also like to say that do not let your peers be your advisors. There are high chances that they will mislead you.
Excellent advice from you both. What about students who have already given into peer pressure and regret their actions? How can they discover and move forward, Vanessa Nwoku?
The first step is to acknowledge that you have made a mistake and forgive yourself. Mistakes are also a part of learning. Next step, focus on avoiding negative influences, negative friends around you, and try to rebuild your self-confidence. Talking to someone you can trust can also help us process the feeling and make better decisions in future.
Beautiful. Hannah Inoche, do you have any other contribution?
Yes, I do. That's true. I would also encourage reflection on the experience and identify what they learned from it. Take time to think about it and spot the lessons learned. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. By recognizing our strengths and working on areas for improvement, we can move forward positively.
That's so encouraging. Before we wrap up, what is the final message you both have to say to students? Let's start with you, Vanessa and Woko.
I would like to say to all students and teenagers out there, never be afraid to stand out. It takes courage to go against the crowd, but when you stick to your moral values and principles, it's all worth it. Remember that real friends will not judge you by what you do, but by who you are.
Excellent. Now let's hear what you have to say, Hannah Inoche.
My message to everyone out there is to always be true to yourself. Peer pressure is temporary, but your choices can have lasting effects. Choose wisely and prioritize your well-being.
Thank you both for your insightful contribution. To our audience, remember that you have the power to make choices that reflect your values and aspirations. Handling peer pressure isn't easy, but with confidence, preparation, and the right support, you can navigate it successfully. Thank you for tuning in to Students Speak. Until next time, stay strong and make the right choices that represent who you truly are. You can share your experiences with peer pressure in the comment section. Don't leave your thoughts hanging. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like and follow Crystal Education Media on their social handles. From the New Vine Academy, Buhari, Abuja, until we come next time.